complication going on right now with technology. So I was not able to go live in the scheduled live area. I'm just going live right now. So let me make sure that I can see that you all can see me. So let's see what is going on right now. And I will make sure that this proper link is reached for everyone. It just appears like my computer was not working for the going live. So now let me see that I can see you all, and it looks like I can. Okay, so we are good. We are maybe good. We're going to try and do the channeling now. Let me make sure that I have a proper stand. I was not prepared for the phone. Mercury retrograde madness. It would not be a Mercury retrograde if technology worked, would it? So let us begin. I will go to the other scheduled, put the link there, so if you went there first and now you're here, I am so grateful that you are here. Let me make sure that if anybody is in the other one, that we got them here. Let me just make sure. So right now, what I'm really feeling is I am feeling so much cosmic heart, cosmic love energy right now, like to the max. Cosmic heart, cosmic love energy. I am feeling also the warrior frequency as well. So this is something that I am feeling heavily. So I wanted to start by doing a protection just to ensure that everything is good with everyone. So let me just share this link to anybody who is left behind in the other live. I feel a little bit, let's see, here we go. Here we go. We are making it work, and then we're gonna do the protection. So here is the link for the live. Hello. Okay, we're putting in the other one. We'll see. Also, I'm hoping people got notified and are coming over here. So we're making it work. We're making it work. I hope that went over to them. Hello. And now I can see all of you. This is great. Thank you. So we are going to do, I'm just going to do a little protection right now, and then we're going to do the channeling. So I just invite all of you guys who are here watching just to take a second to close your eyes, and I'm going to do a protection that I do for clients for all of you. So yes. We're feeling the curly hair. I'm feeling the lion mane energy right now. So everybody close your eyes, and we're gonna do a protection for the Lionsgate with the guardian angels and the archangels to make sure that we are all protected and all good. So we're just going to invite now into the space Archangel Michael for protection. I want you all to envision Archangel Michael's cloak of invisibility washing over you, his shield of protection surrounding you, and his sword of truth facing outwards around you. We are setting the intention that only truth comes true today for our highest good. We are setting the intention that only that which can bring us clarity for the betterment of our ascension and healing journey will find us today. And I want you to envision your guardian angels surrounding you in their wings, and you are safe and protected. We're going to invite Archangel Gabriel in to bring clarity, Archangel Uriel in to bring strength this lion's gate, and Archangel Raphael in to bring healing. So now that we've done that protection, we will make sure that we are all ready for the messages coming through. So I'm going to tap into something called the Cosmic Heart Frequency and see what messages we are feeling coming through in regards to relationships on all levels. There has been a test for relationships this Lionsgate. There's been a test for a lot of things this Mercury retrograde season. So I'm going to allow the Cosmic Heart Frequency to step through and communicate to you guys the messages coming through. So we're opening the portal for the Cosmic Heart to offer you guidance and further messages to help assist you during this period of time. So it's what we do here at the Realm of Inspiration. So inviting in Cosmic Heart Frequency. And the Cosmic Heart Frequency is very divine feminine. It's very much related to and connected to our nature and our intuition, our energy in regards to spirituality, and everything to do with those things. So we're going to allow the cosmic heart energy through. So divine feminine cosmic heart frequency to inspire us all, the Elfian elementals of the cosmic heart, and higher inspiration frequencies. Hello, beautiful beings. Now it is time to understand the messages coming through for you now. So we are tapping into the clairvoyancy and the clairaudiency now. And what we are seeing clairvoyantly going on around for the collective now during this Lionsgate is that right now relationships are being tested. And this is a test for your confidence. This is a test for your strength. This is a test for who you are authentically. That is what you are all going through at this time. And what we can hear from the collective all is a lot of doubts and a lot of worries. When will I find the right one? When will I find my soul tribe? When will I find my friends? When? A lot of asking about the when and not being in the moment now. So what you must know is it is time to be in the moment now. It is time to take your time to understand who you are within. Within, not worrying about impressing and, oh, this person will like me if I behave this way, and this person will like me if I behave this way, if I think this way, if I say this thing. First and foremost, you speak your truth. And if somebody doesn't like your truth, then that's not a harmonious connection. There's a lot of fear about talking about things, especially in the realm of spirituality. So let us clear the air. Let us clear the air for the collective cosmic heart, for the collective heart chakra. For you to find your tribe, you must speak your truth. For you to find your tribe, you must remember to be confident in yourself. And we don't mean physically confidence in your appearance or the way that you dress or the way that you, all of those things in the physical, we don't mean that kind of confidence. The confidence in your soul. In your soul. The cosmic heart needs you to know that the confidence within your soul is what will attract the people who are meant for you. Not everybody's going to like you. Not everybody's going to like the way that you move, the way that you walk, the way that you talk, the way that your soul shines, and that's okay. Because the beautiful thing about you all being so unique and different is that there are different tribes, different soul tribes, different people who connect, different people who find their like-minded community, and then there are people who just don't fit in into that community. But you know where they do fit in? They fit in their community, and everybody has their soul tribe. Everybody has their spiritual community. It is a test of faith. What's beautiful about all these different groups of people is that when you have your tribe, then you can connect with other tribes of people and other tribes and other tribes. You can all connect on a soul level from a different way. From a, you're different than me. And this does not mean that there is something wrong. Actually, your differences challenge me. And because they challenge me, I'm able to grow. So let us be different together. You may not be a part of my soul tribe. That doesn't mean I don't like you. No, I love you. I love you all. That's what, remember this. Love thy neighbor as you love yourself. Remember that the differences do not mean that there is something wrong. Do not mean that there's something wrong with you, that there's something wrong with the world, that there's something wrong with the reality you're living in. Actually, the differences is just you feel them so strongly because it's not your soul tribe. Okay, so you feel the differences strongly. But actually, the challenge is how can you find your community and also find unity with other souls who may not be a part of that soul tribe community that you have. Now, this is a little hard to make sense of all the things flowing through during this Lionsgate. But this part is very clear, that in order to find unity, first it is within yourself, and then find your like-minded people. And that means you're gonna go through, find unity within yourself, balance within yourself, balance within who you are on the inside and on the outside, your external and internal realities being in alignment. And then also after that, the next thing is finding your like-minded community. And that means that you're going to find people that don't match, but that's okay. And start building your small inner circle as it grows. And actually, as your inner circle grows and you start expanding and going and meeting different people, you start finding unity with people who are completely different from you. And then you build a different kind of tribe, a different kind of unity, a different kind of truly harmonious connection. And that is something that your souls may not be here for the same reason, may not have the same purpose, may not be aligned in many different ways. It may not even be a harmonious connection. But what it is it's human. And what you forget is you're all forgetting you're human. You think that you're your computer, you think you're your phone, you think you're a fictional character living a fictional reality. A lot of humans think that the world that they're living in isn't real, and that's because in a way it's not. In a way it's not, truthfully. Here's what it means to be human. What it means to be human is, well, I'm different, you're different, and you're kind of like me, but you're still different, and you still have your uniqueness, and we get along, and we have this compatibility, we have this harmony, but we don't have this harmony, but actually, you're still human. And so at the essence of your being, as a human being, is divine love and divine light. It is the light of the divine, the light of the Creator within you. And everyone has that within them, even if everything else does not come into alignment. So even if a relationship doesn't work out, a friendship doesn't work out, or a familial connection is not something that is working, that doesn't mean that there is something wrong necessarily. That doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means it's not working. It just means it's not harmonious. It means that it's not in alignment with your soul, but that does not mean that they're not a good person, that you're not a good person, that your connection didn't mean anything, because it did. But your worth is not determined by whether or not a connection works out. Sometimes they're not meant to. And that is okay. That is okay. Because you're going to have those people who are different from you and not a part of your inner circle that you interact with every now and again, and you have respect and compassion for each other, respect and compassion for your fellow human, and then you have your inner circle people who understand you. Not everyone's going to understand you. You're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay, because you are more than worthy of finding what is meant for you. But a lot of you are in the wrong garden. A lot of you are in the wrong space. A lot of you are planting yourself where you do not belong because you are trying to fit into something that was not meant for you. So pick yourself up and find what is meant for you. That is what this Lion's Gate is bringing. This energy, this angel number portal. The Lion's Gate is an angel number portal. And 88 is a powerful angel number combo because it's infinity. And where infinity lies is within the cosmic heart, within divine love, within divine light. And so you are an infinite soul. You are an infinite soul who is existing in a limited body. And what you have to remember is that your reality is not what it seems. So you don't have to fit into something. You were not made, the only thing you were coming to fit into is a human body as a soul. You're not meant to try and fit yourself in a box that is not meant for you. What is meant for you will, not only will it find you, it will be guided to you because it is meant for you. But it cannot be guided to you if you are not living authentically, if you are not confident in who you are as a soul. Only then will it find you. So that warrior power, that power of the soul, the solar plexus activating, what that's happening now is you being confident in who you are and knowing and trusting and having faith that what is meant for you will be guided to you. And you will be guided to what's meant for you, and you will both meet in the middle. And when you meet in the middle, you will come with your authenticity, and what's meant for you will come with its authenticity, and it will be blended together. But first, you're going to have to go through a lot of things that aren't meant for you, a lot of things that aren't meant to work out, a lot of things that are just going to fall apart, and that is because you are learning. Everything's learning experience. But this is the time where there's a test of free will, where you're going to be put, and where you have been put in situations where you are being tested of whether or not you are going to acknowledge if something is in the line for you or not, and whether or not you're going to accept other people's free will. That's why there are so many differences, because being human is having free will, correct? So that's why there are so many differences, so many different beliefs, so many different ideologies, so many different types of people, different walks of life, so many different things going on, because the test is free will. Are you going to respect someone's free will? And are you going to honor yours? If you're in a situation that doesn't feel comfortable, but you're trying to fit into it because you feel like you should, your inner being is telling you you should use your free will and leave this situation because it's not meant for you. But if you're allowing the lower self and the ego to control you and try and make you fit into a situation that's not meant for you, so you can get a little ego boost when they finally like you, then you're going to prevent what is actually meant for you from finding you. And that limits your potential. That limits your potential. Not only does that limit your potential, but this Lion's Gate is showing that what is being limited is your abundance, your opportunities. When you try to force yourself to fit into a situation, all the abundance and all the opportunities and all the experiences that are waiting for you, that the Creator is waiting to give you, cannot find you when you are in the wrong place. So it's time to use your free will and get out of situations that don't match with you. But also, make sure that you are not allowing the egoic lower self to limit you from what is meant for you. There's two sides to every coin. And this Lionsgate energy, this Leo season energy, this year, this energy, this year, this lunar year, what it is all showing, what is all brought to the surface in the year of the snake, what is happening is that sometimes, actually, the ego limits you from what is meant for you. Think about this. Think about, there is this common thing, right, where you feel like your best friend, maybe you didn't like each other at first. I thought they weren't a good person, right? And then after you finally talk to each other, you realize that you were meant to be in each other's life, that that's your soul tribe, that is your soulmate in the form of a friend. What was that thought thinking? Oh, they're not a good person, they're not nice, they're mean, they're this, they're that. That's the egoic lower self preventing you from connecting to what is meant for you. So what's very funny about the lower self, it's going to put you in situations that aren't meant for you, so that it limits your potential. So the negative polarity, the lower polarity limits your potential, and it's going to make you walk away from what is meant for you, so that it limits your potential. So the free will that we are speaking of here, now, is the free will of the soul, of the highest self, of what is truly inside of you, what you are feeling when that angel on your shoulder is talking, when the devil on your shoulder is gone. What are you really feeling inside in your core? Because a lot of you, and it's very clear for the collective, feel, I must fit into this place because this is where I grew up, these are the people that I were around, this is my community, this is my work environment, I have to fit in here. But deep down inside when I go home, it doesn't feel like it's meant for me, but I feel like I'm supposed to. And then, there's this thing that, well, it kind of feels like it is meant for me, but for some reason, I just can't make it work. For some reason, something is blocking me, but it feels like it's meant for me, but no, I'm just gonna walk away, but it doesn't feel right, but I don't know, that struggle, that confusion, that cognitive dissonance going on inside of you, something preventing you and something not in alignment. So here's how you know the difference. And this was a common question emailed and sent, is how do you know the difference between what's in alignment and what isn't meant for you? This is the most common question. So we will answer it. And then we'll have, we'll step through and allow clairaudience to guide the rest of the collective reading. But what is important to tell the difference between the two is, if it means that it's not in alignment, you will feel on all levels out of alignment, meaning you will feel sick, you will feel drained, you will feel sad, you will feel in pain. When it's not in alignment, there is no part of you that feels like it is. There's the part of you trying to convince yourself that it is. And there's also the part of you that's trying to convince yourself that it isn't. So here, it all is in the mind. It's all in the mind. So when it's not in alignment, you feel it. You kind of know. You're like, okay, you go home and you're like, I don't like being in this environment. I don't connect with these people. You feel it, and then you have the part of you is like, okay, but I gotta make it work. Let me put on this mask. Let me try and make it work, even though it doesn't. You know when it's not in alignment. It's not like there's like a specific key thing. You know, you feel it. You're like, this doesn't match me. I'm angry all the time. When you are angry all the time because of a situation, it is not meant for you. It is not in alignment for you. It means that this is a test from the creator to tell you, you need to use your free will, you need to stand up for yourself and leave this situation so you can find what is meant for you. So when it is in alignment, but you feel this pull and pull and pull of maybe there's something blocking you, that like, oh, that's a mean person, but actually that ends up being your best friend, sort of block. How you know is, well, I kind of feel drawn to this situation, but for some reason, there's something in the way. And then there's judgment. So when there is judgment versus anger, judgment of, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't, maybe they wouldn't like me, maybe this, maybe that, maybe this isn't right, maybe this is going to be like how it was before, maybe it's the past is so controlling, maybe this, maybe that, I don't know, but like I'm thinking in my mind, like I feel it, I can see it, I can sense it, I feel it in my soul, I don't know, I just can't look past this one thing. But then when actually you look past that one thing, maybe this is something that's in alignment for you. And maybe it's not, but more often than not, it is. When there's judgment preventing you from a connection, it's probably a connection that might be meant for you. But when it's anger as a result of a connection, then it's a connection that's not meant for you. Thank you, beautiful beings. So I am back paying attention to use my clairaudiency. That was a very nice message coming through from the cosmic heart. So let me go into the chat here. I'll have to read it on my screen here because technology issues. Yes. lots of stuff going on in the chat here. Okay. So yes, I don't know if you guys are talking to each other or you're talking to me. Yes, so there's a lot about Jesus in the chat. So if you want to hear my opinion, my guidance from the Creator, what I feel. Yes, Jesus is the Son of God. Jesus is like enlightened in the Christed light, a very powerful soul. When I talk about the warrior frequency coming through, that's his light. That is enlightenment. That's integrating with Christ consciousness. That's integrating with God. And God is the guardian of us all. He is our Father. So yeah, this is, there's a lot of argument. What is very important in terms of free will and like what I'm reading and kind of bringing forth the voyancy visions that I was receiving, is when it comes to free will, we all interpret things a little bit differently. And that's totally normal. When you're on your spiritual journey, you're finding what resonates with your soul, and what resonates with your soul doesn't resonate with other people. When there is judgment blocking you from accepting somebody else as they are, when there's judgment blocking you from accepting people's beliefs, when there is judgment involved preventing you from being open and loving everybody unconditionally, that is the ego, that is the lower self, that's the devil on your shoulder, causing you to create division within you. Because we're all individual souls, but we are all connected. We are all connected because we come from the same source. So when judgment prevents us from allowing ourselves to be open-minded and allow other people through, that actually creates discord within us because we are not allowing ourselves to maybe have, that's like judgment prevents you from what's authentically meant for you. It blocks you from seeing clearly the truth. It prevents you from allowing connections that actually might be good for you coming through. Judgment in general is like the biggest thing that causes blocks to the soul. The biggest thing, because it comes from the ego. It comes from us perceiving something different from us and thinking that it's wrong, but it's not, because we're all different. The thing that unites us is the frequency of the Creator within us, the light of God within us. That's what unites us. So it's different, and everyone interprets it in different ways, and you can't force people to see things your way. It has to be free will. In any case. So for me, when I do channelings, when I do like readings with clairvoyancy, clairaudiency, anything, if it is infringing on free will, it is not coming from the divine. If it is infringing on someone's free will, how can it from a place of divine love? If it's infringing on someone's free will, if you're forcing someone to see something instead of guiding them to see it. And so that's a message of what is meant for you will be guided to you. It's not going to be forced to you, and you're not going to be forced to what's meant for you. It's going to be guided to you. It's a guiding process. Because if you force it, then it's not the choice. So biggest thing for me, when I ended up choosing to heal, that was my choice. And I was asked multiple times, do you want to do healing sessions? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that? I was asked multiple times. It was right in front of me, but I didn't take it because it wasn't the time for me. That wasn't my choice. When it was my choice, it was my choice. And when it's your choice, it's more powerful. And so anything and any form of communication that is forcing somebody to see something a specific way and you're not allowing them to exercise their free will is not coming from the angel on your shoulder. It's not coming from your highest self. Your highest self knows everybody's, doing things in their own time. Everyone's doing things in their own time. Everyone's got their own beliefs. That's why it's finding your tribe. You're finding your people. That's why we have so many different belief systems. We have so many different cultures because every soul is different. And the thing when you find your like-minded community, it's finding those people who kind of have that same resonance as you. And it's okay, but the test is are you able to unconditionally love those who see things opposite of you? See things complete opposite of you. So that's a big thing going on for the collective right now, and that's going on until angel number 1010 portal. This kind of test of can we stop fighting with each other? Can we stop trying to force our will upon other people? Stop trying to control people. We have to respect people's free will and honor our own. And that is the biggest part of being human, and that is the biggest thing that we are learning. Because in any case, in any spiritual leader, any spiritual teacher, and anything, what ended up leading them to become a spiritual teacher, to become a representative of any sort of religion, is they use their free will to be different. They use their free will to preach from their soul. And people who found that resonating with them chose to follow it. So it's embracing who you are and accepting who people are. And that's the biggest test that we're going through. And it's such a repetitive message. And like clairaudiently, I can hear that like from the veil line, this is such a repetitive message. Like over and over and over and over again, it's a repetitive message, but it's because that's what we're going through right now. That like why we are struggling is because of lack of free will, and then, you know, when it comes to free will, then you learn, how can I use my free will in a way that helps people? How can I use my free will in a way that enhances my life through my highest self, not my lowest self? And you start to learn. Everything we're doing is a lesson of free will. And there is a lot of stifling free will. Like I saw the visual of a lot of people trapped in a box, just like as a collective, we are trapped in a box. And we are afraid to use our voice to express our truth. And any truth that is being suppressed is a truth that maybe should be heard. And if there is a vast majority speaking a truth and pushing it upon people so heavily, maybe that's the truth we got to take a step back from and really think, does this resonate with my soul? Is this in alignment with source? That is the big question. Anything that's being forced so heavily cannot be for your highest good. But anything that you're being guided to, that's kind of just around you, that you feel called to, anything you feel called to, yeah, that's for your highest good. Anything that's being forced upon you, yeah, it's not. And it's not that like what someone's saying might be wrong. Maybe what they're saying it's right, but the hostility creates friction. And so compassion is a big, like I saw the light of compassion. That's why the cosmic heart came through. The light of compassion over the collective during this Lionsgate. Like a huge light of compassion. Because what's going on right now is we need to kind of relearn compassion, relearn respect for other people, and relearn just the compassion. And for me, in my own life, in my ancestral healing, it's a lot of compassion. I can be humanly honest. In my ancestral lineage, there is a lack of compassion, because the lack of compassion causes judgment and jealousy and anger. Like you look at a situation, you know it's not meant for you, and you're like compassionately feeling for yourself and for the other parties, hey, this isn't working for me. And I need for myself to not be in this situation because it's making me kind of feel kind of angry. It's draining my energy. And I don't think I'm being fair to you because this isn't working for me. So that compassion for other people is so, so important. This Lionsgate. Let's see. Any other questions? Thank you. Yes. God bless all of you. I love the conversation going on. I love healthy debates going on, because it's so important that actually we are expressing our truth, because as a collective, what we are experiencing is a block of the throat chakra. Actually, it's not a free speech world. It's not a free speech society. If you're not speaking with the vast majority, you are stifled. And this has been going on for centuries. I mean, think about witches being burned at the stake, or Jesus being crucified. All of these times where people were speaking their truth, but it didn't, match the vast majority, so they were punished for it. We are still living in that society. And what I can clairaudiently sense so strongly, just energetically sense, and it's coming through with this Lionsgate portal, is we are going through that test still now. We are still carrying that in our ancestral lineage. We are still carrying it heavily, because what is going on is we are still feeling the effects of even back to, BC time periods when people's truth were being stifled. We need to be able to express ourselves, but also be able to accept when people express their truth. And trust me, I'm humanly enough to admit sometimes I struggle with this too. There is such a tug of war of people expressing their truth, expressing their voice, and whether or not it's accepted. And accepting someone's truth does not mean that you believe it as your own truth. It's just, this is theirs. And if we keep silencing each other, we're gonna just keep getting more and more angry. Because actually, when we feel anger, it really comes from the throat being blocked, our throat chakra being blocked. It comes from us being blocked from expression. And that's why then when expression happens, sometimes it can come off so aggressive because it's been silenced for so long. So the biggest test is from like within you, two things with this Lion's Gate, two little like homework lessons from the cosmos, is learning within you how to have compassion for yourself and other people. So learning how to make sure that you are compassionately respecting your boundaries, you are respecting other people, you are not pretending to be something that you're not just because you're afraid of hurting somebody, you are making sure that you are honoring within you your truth, and you're also respecting other people's, and that you are feeling like you are okay to express your truth. Because yeah, sometimes we don't express our truth because fear of judgment. And because if it's not what the vast majority is saying, then it's wrong. And that's not the case. Because if it's not what the vast majority is saying, it doesn't mean what it's wrong. It doesn't mean it's wrong. Because sometimes the vast majority says things that aren't right. But what's right and wrong is, that's a whole different conversation that I am not feeling that I am up to channeling that message right now. Let us see. Any more questions? No more questions. Let me see on my thing here. Any other questions I saw here? So yeah, more about authenticity. There's a lot of questions about authenticity. So we're going to keep talking about it because this seems to be like the name of the game. What's so important, and I'm like starting to lose train of thought. Let's get the train of thought back. This is why I just directly channel most of the time. I don't always use clairaudiency, but that was like a very quick, directly channeled message. Yes, so the herd mentality is not good for us because we are not here to just like follow. We are here to lead within ourselves. So when we're following other people, we are following their egos. But when we're leading within ourselves, we're integrating with our highest self. So the test is our individual journey of integrating with our highest self and then being a community with other people when we are within our highest self. So that's the other, like, I think the other big message coming through. I'm kind of asking because it's like, how can you be, the question that I have from my email list is, how can you be in your authenticity and still be in a community, which this seems like a very big struggle because when everyone goes through their awakening journey, goes through their healing journey, it's like, well, how can I be myself, but then, fit in with these people? It's really difficult. And I know this, trust me, I went through it myself. I was thrown to the wolves in this situation and I've been there before. I get it. It's very difficult. So what I'm feeling coming through is it's just first taking within you, being your authenticity, and then it's just going to be easy to be with other people because you're not going to allow them to influence you. If you're being influenced by other people, it's because you within you have not affirmed your self-compassion, your boundaries, and your highest self. So truthfully, if you're feeling kind of afraid about being around other people, feeling that they might influence you, how can I fit in with these people, still worried about the herd mentality, still worried about judgment, you still got to take some time to work with the highest self. You still got to take some time to integrate compassion for yourself. So the crystals that I'm getting for August is we're getting blue aventurine for faith, because there's a lot of faith. We need to start having some faith in ourselves, faith in other people. I'm getting rose quartz for self-compassion, for divine love, and I'm getting tiger's eye for strength in your truth. So what's important is when it comes to your truth, remembering that your truth is not everybody else's truth. This is a big thing that I have seen and that I have just had even with clients as of late. So we'll talk about it because I asked about it before we are hitting live and it came through to me. So a lot of times we're so convinced that our truth is the truth for everyone. And it may be the truth for some people, but at the end of the day, what is the truth is we, within us, have the light of the Creator. We are divine love and light. We are beings of life. And when we honor our integrity and we are honest and compassionate, we can find the connections that align with us. And that's pretty much the only universal truth we have going on. Because for everyone, it's a little different. We're all living different lives. And actually, in some sense, we're all living in different realities. I hope everything is okay. There are sirens and it is fire season here. So I hope everything is okay. But we are all experiencing different realities in a sense. So what is our truth might not be everybody else's truth. So when we speak about things, when we're speaking about sharing our truth, it's remembering not to say it in a way that is making it seem like your truth is the only truth. when you're trying to have connections with people, when you are trying to assert boundaries. This is a big thing with asserting boundaries. I have a lot of questions for my email list. How do you assert boundaries? How do you assert boundaries? It's being like, for me, this is what I need. This is my truth. If you cannot respect what I need, if you cannot respect my truth, then maybe this isn't a connection that's going to work. To answer that question from my email list, that's what's coming through with this Lionsgate. It's a lot of a lot of energy going on. But a lot of it is like right now, so much anger around not accepting that we are all unique and different, and not accepting our differences. And it's a big struggle. But the first thing you got to do is, because I also have a lot of questions like, well, I want to start doing this sort of work. I want to start doing this sort of work. I want to heal. I want to preach. I want to do this. But I haven't really taken the steps to heal. Can I go and do these things? Can I be a healer if I haven't healed? No. Honestly, no. Because first it's within you. First it starts within you. So before you start sharing things, before you start sharing, if you're receiving any messages, I receive messages clairvoyantly, clairaudiently, channeling through dreams. Before you start sharing things that you are receiving, you gotta I took dedicated 9 months every single day where I'm spending 5 hours a day working on healing. I became a hermit as a child, a hermit as a teenager, and I'm still kind of a hermit in a way. I still kind of just take my time. I am mindful of my energy, mindful of things going on, because there's just a lot of right now, the one thing we have in common is that we kind of avoid healing what's going on within us. It's one big thing we have in common, and it's time to stop having avoidant attachment to yourself, is the message I'm hearing. Stop having avoidant attachment with yourself. Stop having avoidant attachment with your trauma. You can't run away from it. It's within you. You can't run away from yourself. I see the visual of a woman running away from giving birth. And this might be from my ancestry, but I'm seeing the visual of a woman running away from giving birth. She's trying to run away from a baby coming out of her. This is the visual I'm seeing. You cannot run away from what's inside of you. You're gonna have to face it. It's gonna come out. You cannot avoid it. You can't. You have to face it. And you can't start healing people. You can't start channeling messages for other people. For me, I can't speak of anything unless I worked on it. If there's a channel, there's a message coming through, and there are some messages coming through and they're hitting my ears, but I can't speak on it until I've dealt with it. Because to honor the integrity of channeling messages, of healing, of anything, to honor that integrity, you have to experience it first. So that is also another big thing. And also on that point in my book, Awakening the Channeler Within, I kind of talk about that a little more. So to that person who emailed me that question, I will email them back the book. But if you are watching it, that's your answer. That's the answer that's coming through. I don't always control the answers coming through. I'm just letting it flow. Let's see if there are any other questions. Otherwise, then we'll wrap it up. I'm feeling the divine timing telling me to wrap it up, but this is recorded, I believe so. So it will be available, and I will also have to go to the other live thing because that didn't work. Mercury retrograde, technology issues. Also on that point, I am receiving the message that Mercury retrograde does not cause miscommunications. It causes a different perspective of communication. So our big fear around Mercury retrograde causing miscommunications and issues and things coming up from the past and whatever it is, actually what's coming through in Mercury retrograde is things that you need to deal with. And what's coming through with Mercury retrograde is a different perspective. And this fear around Mercury retrograde is really unfounded. Sometimes, technology issues, communication, whatever, it happens. Even when I do with clients, when it's not Mercury retrograde, there's technology issues. It happens when you're connecting to higher frequencies. Doesn't always mesh with technology, so we do what we can. But the truth of the matter is there's so many things that we've created in our mind that we need to be afraid of, but nothing that happens from the cosmos, nothing that happens celestially, astrologically, is to cause us something negative. And the fear that we feel around it is that fear mentality, again, that judgment fear mentality, limiting us for something that's meant for us. Every Mercury retrograde, I am faced with something I didn't deal with before. And I could be like, oh, Mercury retrograde brought this back because it's just it's not being my friend. It doesn't like me. It's just whatever. No, it's bringing it up because I need to deal with it. It's showing you the other perspective. It's showing you what you haven't dealt with. So any retrograde is just a different perspective. And a big thing we need to work on is not being afraid of things that are just happening. This is in the spiritual community. and in general in life, we got to stop being afraid of things we don't understand, and we have to start, because that's a big thing. That's a big visual that I saw, a big visual that I'm seeing, is a lot of us, we're just afraid of things we don't understand. We're afraid of the unknown. So we gotta face it, because fear limits us from what is meant for us. It does. It truthfully does. There are so many situations where on the other side of fear, I found what was meant for me. Like just having the fear of channeling live. And this is something that is helping me, because actually I only did the direct channeling for like 15 minutes and I'm using my clairaudiency more, which I hadn't really done before, but I'm doing that. And that's something that I was a little bit afraid of. And now I feel like it's helping me, because it's just coming through in a different way. And it's something different. And it's not bad. It's actually good. So that's just a direct example. But it's really important that we remember that sometimes fear is preventing us from what's meant for us. It's preventing us from connections and situations. And that's why that message came through of like, if there is judgment preventing you from a connection, maybe that connection is meant for you, because the lower polarity wants to stifle you from what is meant for you. And you have the free will to say, no, I'm going to look past this and I'm going to have an open mind and see maybe this is something that might align with me. If you don't give something a fair chance, it's never going to work. If you don't give something a chance, it's not going to work. If you don't give it a chance, you're not going to know unless you give it a chance. And it's a really, really big thing. And there's like so much, like when I look energetically to the like groups of astrology and in general, like people following things, there's so much fear. And it's just fear of the unknown. Because also a lot of us are afraid of what we haven't healed. We're afraid of what's going in. Like what's going on inside, we're afraid of that. We might be afraid of, well, what would happen? And because we are beings of life and we create life, then we start manifesting what we fear. Because on a soul level, we know we must face it to ascend. So that being said, if there are no other questions, I'm feeling like that's kind of wrapping up. The message is coming through. No, I'm not feeling anything else. I'm gonna have to take some time to process. I invite you guys to as well. If you have any questions at all, you can put them on the community page. You can, if you're on my email list, you can email them to me anytime. You can put them in the comments, and whenever I do another live that is a little bit more on time, a little bit more punctual, because this is not punctual at all, then I can really spend more time answering those questions and maybe do a prepared for channeling. But when you're running something on your own, it's kind of hard to do a little bit of both, but we make it work. We adapt. And that's also another message coming through, is that we must learn to be flexible with the things that are going on and not be so stubborn when things change. Not be so stubborn when things change. So that's the final message. Thank you all for joining, whether you are a subscriber or not. If you found your way here, whatever message that you received was meant for you from Source. So thank you all for joining, and may the flowers of the petals of the flower of inspiration lead you back to us again, sending you love, light, and inspiration. Stay inspired. So we will, maybe stay inspired if we can figure it out. Okay, we figured it out. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything. We're good. Okay, now stay inspired. Goodbye for now.